Great. So first of all, I will introduce my dad, Mr. UN Sinha, engineer, MBA professional, and a social service activist, and what not all. So first of all, Papa, I wish you a very, very happy Father's Day, and thank you for being the force behind me or Shivam doing anything on this earth. So thanks for being the dad you are. Welcome with big heart, warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Neha. Yes, give me as much as credit you want to give me on Father's Day, but it is actually the Mother's Day. You should have given credit to her. It's a parent, both are responsible for your and Shivam's.
Very key topic for a discussion. Is it a joint project or is it a solo project? We will discuss that. And now we will welcome Dr. Amit Vikram, a very humble person as we know him, and a very, very friendly dad, which I perceive. We will figure it out a little later, and known as a very calm person and very talented doctor. We heartily welcome you, Amit Jiaji, for our session today.
Thank you so much, Neha. And I would like to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who are trying relentlessly to strive the very best to make the child dreams come true. And I would also like to thank Uday Mama, because he's almost like a father figure to me, and who has stood up at the time of needs, always there. So thank you.
Right. So actually that is a good point you said. The today's concept is a dad of 1980s, which my dad, Mr. UN Sinha, will be representing, and a dad of 2000 time. So as you said, my dad is like your dad also. So it's a 3 generation we are talking about. And what were the similarities and the differences which we faced? So we will go into that a little more detail, but I'm going to start with the very basic question with Papa is, what is the basic upbringing, overall differences which you feel in this generation or the generation of which you assume of Amit Jiaji? So what is your basic thought in the upbringing question? Like, how do we upbring the kid?
Yeah, bringing of a child is almost same since ages. Only the methodology might change. It might be little different with the parent to parent, but the question remains same. Now it is important that how the child behaves in our time behaved and how they are behaving now. The parenting differs according to that. Our time when we were parents, the children were not that, I would say, intelligent. Don't mind it telling me that, but they were not aware with the so many things in the world. Whatever they were shown by the parent, they knew about that only. But today's generations are totally different. Even if you don't tell them, they know the world. They have so many means. Their school upbringing, their teaching is also very different. What it was in our time when you were a kid. Similarly, when we were bringing up the children like you and Shiva, we didn't face much problem, because the questions is very important. What your child asks to you, the questions have really gone very high. The quality of questions, the type of questions. Many times parents of these days are not able to even answer, because they are much faster. They have to compete with the world, which is very, very competitive than it was 20, 30, 40 years back. So that is one difference, I would say. And maybe Dr. Amit will add something. But definitely, our time was a little easier than what is now. Maybe some other reasons also, the society, the kids coming up with the brilliant ideas, and parents, both parents working, the working parents, they have a very challenging role. So parenting differs with parent to parent, child to child. But basic thing for parenting is that You want and you do your best to see your child as one of the best. That's all.
True, true, true. So maybe Amijja, you want to add something to it?
Yeah, I think Udayama is absolutely correct in saying that it varies from person to person, parents to parents, child to child. And I think there is always a generation gap which has been happening throughout since the very beginning. Because what Uday Mama must have lived like a child with his parents, and what we are living, and how he has become a parent and catering to his children, everything got changed over the course of times. And with the modernization, definitely it has become more challenging with the curious children. They are asking difficult questions, which of course we find difficult to answer. It has become a very tough process for the parents as well. And with this modern process, with this modernization world, the children, they are really very smart, very talented, they're very ambitious. And for parents, it's a huge task to cope up with their level, to come up and satisfy all the questions. So I think there was a difference, but it varies from generation to generation.
No, no, I totally understand. And for our generation, I feel it even now. Like 2 years में मुझे tough questions or looks or सारा explanation देना पड़ रहा है for a kid. So that